In a previous video, I discussed different ways to do a competitive evaluation. In this video, we'll discuss a framework that you can use to analyze and communicate your competitive evaluation findings, a SWOT analysis.
Someone called for a SWAT team analysis?
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't call anybody. Were you listening in just now?
Yeah, no, doesn't matter. You called for a SWAT team analysis? Oh.
A SWOT analysis is a strategic tool to break down how well or not well a product, service, or organization is positioned in the market to serve its customers. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. They can help businesses anticipate potential challenges and create a strategy that capitalizes on its advantages while minimizing the effects of its disadvantages. The x-axis represents how helpful or harmful certain factors are, while the y-axis represents whether factors are internal or external to the product, service, or organization. Strengths relate to key factors that make the offering unique and successful. In other words, how the offering brings value to its customers in a unique way. Strengths include what our customers like about us, what fosters brand loyalty, and what makes our organization well-equipped compared to others. Weaknesses relate to ways in which the offerings fall short of expectations, or how our organization is at a disadvantage compared to others, such as ways we underperform against competitors or competing solutions, where we might be lacking in knowledge, capabilities, or funding. Weaknesses can sometimes be confused with opportunities, but these are two different categories for a reason. While weaknesses and opportunities both relate to how the organization can improve, weaknesses relate to how the offerings currently fall below the industry standard, and therefore, what needs urgent attention to meet the standard. Opportunities, on the other hand, relate to new ways that the organization can further grow, diversify, or improve its foothold in a market. These can be emerging trends, innovative strategies, and even just emerging best practices that are not well adopted yet. All of these factors are external, meaning currently not part of the organizational standard or way of operating. Lastly, threats. They pertain to the external factors that may harm the offering's success. These factors can sometimes be far-reaching, complex, and systemic in nature. They can also relate to predictions about social sentiment and the economic environment. Weaknesses can leave us particularly vulnerable to certain external threats, like adversarial third parties or infrastructure change. So, threats as a category focuses us on future risks that we can anticipate. A SWOT analysis is a popular tool in business strategy because in many ways, it's easy to put together. It's a simple 4-quadrant set of prompts to initiate tough conversations about how our team can address future challenges head-on. However, they're also prone to a lot of subjectivity due to the nature of their construction. They tend to be produced during meetings or workshops where groupthink, or the hippo effect, the highest paid person's opinion, can make the conversation quite biased. And worse, they may make the company look stronger or safer from harms than it might actually be in reality. So, to get the most out of these analyses, it helps to give objective criteria or examples for each quadrant. Consider metrics like NPS, SUS, or CSAT for ideas about user sentiment. Employee sentiment may also impact those strengths and weaknesses. For opportunities and threats, a steeple analysis is another great framework to help you identify gaps in your knowledge and build a better understanding of the contextual environment that your firm operates within. However, there is immense value in doing competitive research to see with your own eyes how the competition performs relative to you. A SWOT analysis is a helpful framework to evaluate all the ways that your organization does well and how you can do better. But these analyses are only as valuable as the inputs that you bring to the table. Use real data to build these out, and you'll have a solid foundation for the future of your products, your services, and more importantly, the future of your organization.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more of our UX videos, take a look at these over here and consider subscribing to our channel. On our website, nngroup.com, you can access our free library of over 2,000 articles. You can also register for one of our virtual UX conferences that offer live, hands-on UX training.